The adventure of Rocking 1000 started in 2014. I was driving my car, passing by a park, and I thought that it would have been amazing to have Foo Fighters, one of my favorite bands, to come and perform in my city. Obviously, it was almost impossible to have that band in such a small city because when they come to Italy, they go to Milan or Rome. So I decided, together with some friends, to make a huge tribute to the band, asking 1,000 musicians to perform and sing all together the song Learn to Fly, make a video of their invitation. Obviously, I was a marine geologist, so I didn't have really any skill about how to produce an event. So the first thing that I did was to ask some friends and some professionals to help me somehow in building this thing. It took almost 1 year to find the money, to recruit the musicians, and we've been working really like crazy. To raise the money, we made a crowdfunding campaign asking for 40,000 euros, and we had to recruit 1,000 musicians. The starting conditions were, basically, I never organized an event before, as I said previously. There was no business model behind that, so basically we were going to lose money, and so the initial budget was €0. I strum some guitar and I know some friends that actually can play, but for sure I didn't know as many as 1,000, so we had to find them all. And so we started launching this event online using social media, and we published the first videos telling the world what we were up to. The way to recruit all the musicians had to be through an online audition. So musicians had to sign up to our website and send us a link to a video of them while playing or singing. And we had a team of music experts, we called them the gurus, that had to look at all these videos and decide whether these musicians were good enough to perform or not. The musicians, once they passed the audition, were divided into 3 categories: good, average, and poor musicians. The good musicians should have had studied a version of the song that is quite close to the original one, while the bad musicians had to study on a very simplified version. The good musicians should then perform close to the microphones, and the bad musicians far away in the country. We decided to teach all these musicians online, giving them video tutorials and all the information that they needed to prepare from home. And we spent 1 entire year trying to figure out how to synchronize everybody, how to involve and gather so many musicians and find the money. It's been really hard work. And on the 25th of July, 2015, in the city of Cesena, 1,000 musicians came at their own expenses from all the corners of the Italian country. And it's been amazing. I mean, it's been really a magical day. In the beginning, the rehearsals didn't go very well. I can actually say that they were actually playing like shit. But after a while, after rehearsing a little bit, they got better and better and better. And in the end, we were able to synchronize everybody using like headphones where each musician had to listen to the same click track in order to play simultaneously. After recording the video, I made this call to Dave Grohl and the Foo Fighters, and after a couple of days, the video went out. The video was so good. I mean, it was far beyond any expectation, and it became like viral in a few hours. And the day after publishing the video, it already had like 10 million views on YouTube. As I was going back to my previous job, I started receiving text messages from all my friends saying, "Hey, you really have to see this." And it was the video of Dave Grohl thanking us about what we did and telling us that they accepted the invitation. Dave Grohl was speaking in a kind of funny Italian.
Ma che bello, che bellissimo.
And for me, that I was a really huge Nirvana fan since I was a kid, it's been like mind-blowing. So we decided to take a trip to the US. We got to meet the Foo Fighters because we had to organize the concert in Cesena that happened a few months afterward in a big arena that we have, at least the biggest arena that we have in my city, Cesena, that holds like 3,000 people. But Foo Fighters wanted to have all the musicians, all the donors, all the volunteers, all the ones that were involved in Rockin' 1000. So it was, I almost knew everyone that was in there. And it was fun because it was like a big party of our friends having Foo Fighters on stage to perform. After those crazy days, everybody then started to say, hey, that now just do it for you two, do it for Red Hot Chili Peppers, do it for Bruce Springsteen. But we knew that the same thing could not be repeated twice. So we decided to change, and we founded what we call the biggest rock band on earth, Rockin' 1000. At least in terms of numbers, actually, we could say that we are the biggest rock band on earth. And we started to deal with this project and working at this project as if we were a management of a big band. So we started to organize like concerts, videos, albums, all initiatives that common bands do, involving thousands of musicians from all over the world. In 2016, the first experiment was not to make a video anymore, but to make an entire live concert. So 18 songs to be performed live in a stadium in the same city, in Cesena. Once again, we made another crowdfunding campaign. We started to gather musicians from all over the world because after the success we had in the previous year, we had musicians coming from Mexico, from Canada, from Russia, from all Europe, because they wanted to make this experience, you know? Our musicians generally are people who play in small pubs, that play in their basement, they sing under the shower. They're not really professional, or at least most of them are like amateur musicians. And for all musicians have the dream to play in a packed stadium in front of many, many people. So this was basically the dream that we were offering to all the Rockin' 1000 members. So after another year asking for like an amount of money that was 10 times the previous year, we were able to make this concert in a stadium. The concert went sold out, and 15,000 people came to see the biggest rock band on earth performing. And that has been like, how can I say, that has been a day when we decided that we wanted to do that in our life and we wanted to continue. And after that, we decided to explore other cities, other countries. And our goal now is to give concerts all over the world. We made a concert the next year, 2 years after, in Florence with Courtney Love. We gave a concert in Paris at the Stade de France, in Frankfurt, in Milan. We made other smaller experiences in New York, in Detroit, in Seoul. And what we want to promote through Rockin' 1000 is the spirit of togetherness. The idea that music and rock and roll is a common language that breaks all the different social differences and cultural differences among people. And through music and asking people to play music together without making any differences of any other kind, everyone is equal, and the result that we obtain is a lot bigger than the result of each individual. So these are the values that we want to carry on through all these years. And our dream is to go in the world, involve musicians from all over the world, go to different countries and gather musicians from that country and put them all in touch. And maybe one day our dream is to come to South America, and why not to Argentina or Brazil as well. few years ago, I came out with this idea about how to chase dreams in a responsible way. And I made this sort of graph trying to figure out all the ways to start building something out of dreams. I used to divide like this graph into axes. One is about the making plans, and the other axis is about the ambition. On one end of the x-axis of ambition, there is the ones who do not have like a big ambitions. They're what they call themselves, like a realistic people or cynic people. Then we have the ones who have dreams, and then we have the ones who have like mirages, like that are like too big dreams. In terms of plans, we have the ones who do not plan anything at all, that they think that everything is dependent on fate. And on the other end of planning are the ones who want to actually plan everything to every smaller detail. So inside these two axes, we can find different areas. The ones who do not have big ambition and do not make any plans are what I call the inept. The ones who like just live their life without doing much. They just survive. Then we have the ones who have dreams and do not do anything to plan. They're the inconclusive dreamers. I mean, they just dream, but they're not gonna get anywhere. Then we have the ones who chase mirages and but do not make plans at all. And these are the kids. They always like daydream a lot, but they don't have the structure to make plans. On a little higher level of planning, the ones the people challenging a mirage with a little bit more plans are the artists. You know, they have to like wander with their mind. And then we have the ones chasing a mirage, but thinking that to gain a mirage, they have to plan a lot. And these are just crazy. I mean, because it's not possible to chase mirage and to plan a lot. Then we have the ones who do not have big dreams, but they tend to plan everything, and they are like sclerotic people because they're so focused. They're the ones who might like make Excel files even when they have to go shopping. And then there is like another category of that is in between, and this reflects the people who have dreams that are achievable, and they know that they cannot plan too much to chase dreams. And that's what I call the responsible dreamers. The ones who have dreams that are like ambitious, but not too much. And at the same time, they realize that to chase these dreams, they don't have to plan too much, because once you start doing something new, it's not really possible to make big plans to the finest detail. Some planning is good, but on the other side, I think that people should be attentive and, how can I say, pick the things that happen through this path, through the trip to get to accomplishing the dream. And being a responsible dreamer is actually what I try to do every day.